So hi guys and welcome to my YouTube. Today I am going to be showing you how to overlay a texture on a background. So this is an image I shot a while back. I shot a beautiful Nikki sometime in 2020, and as you can see this picture is completely unretouched. I haven't done anything to it apart from process it in Capture One. But today I'm just going to show how um how I um how I overlay a different picture on my backdrop. So here and here, I do this a lot in my images just to create some level of depth and interest. So we're going to start by as you can see, I like the way this side of the backdrop looks because this one is overlaying on this one and it's casting a bit of a shadow here. I like that because when you eventually overlay the texture here, it seems more realistic than, say for example, somewhere here where the joining of the backdrop here seems too smooth. So what I like to do is I would sort of use M for my marquee tool and select the entire side of the backdrop. I'm going to duplicate it by pressing Command J. So I have it on a completely different layer here. So if I move to my move tool with V, then I can move this around. So I can move this here. So now what I want to do is press Command T to bring the transform tool. I can right click and say flip horizontal. So once I do that, I just want to align this backdrop back to this side. I'm going to reduce the opacity a bit so I can see what I'm doing. And so you just want to align this somewhere here. And we have that. So I'll increase my opacity back, and obviously this isn't a smooth transition, so I'm going to bring up my layer mask by clicking on the layer mask here, and then pick my brush tool, just a normal brush. Make sure the opacity is at 100 and flow is at 100. Okay, and so a black brush painting on a white mask to hide all of this. So I just want to show her legs and make sure that her dress is showing as well. You have to be super careful. So you can press X to reveal the mask back and then fine tune this selection here. Okay, doesn't have to be oops. Okay, you made a mistake. Come back here. Hide this. Doesn't have to be too perfect. I mean, the canvas backdrop isn't perfect to start with, so what we've just done is we've gone from here to here, which I think is so much better. I'm sure you agree with me. I like the way it looks now. So I'm just going to stamp visible layer, Shift, Option, Command and E, and then I am going to use my patch tool to go around here to make sure that it doesn't look too, basically to hide what I've done. I can switch to my clone stamp tool and just to fine tune it a bit. So like I keep saying, this image is completely unretouched, that's why it's still a bit rough, but that's not the point of this video. This video is to show you how to superimpose texture on this background. Right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to stamp visible layer again. That's Shift Alt Command E, And then now we need to bring the image that we want to impose on this backdrop. So I'm just going to load my Finder now, go to my downloads, and I have a folder called textures. Now in this folder I have a series of textures that I just downloaded off the internet. You can go to unsplash.com and find some textures there. That's unsplash.com. The images there are completely free and you can use them the way you like. So let's see, do we have something we like? I've actually done something with this image and I can't remember exactly what I did, but I'm just going to try to bring something that would work. Okay, let's try this image. I'm just going to drag this onto my Photoshop, and we have this now. So the first thing I'll do is I'm just going to drag this and make a big, something to cover up my entire picture, and press OK. So I'm going to hide this layer, and the next thing I want to do is select the backdrop. And there are a ton of ways with which I can select this backdrop, but I'm just going to use the easiest one, which is the magic wand. The shortcut is W. You click this and then, the quick selection tool, not the magic wand. So you click this and then you just drag, and because the backdrop is well defined, it's easy for it to select. And then let's select here as well. Oops, so it doesn't work that way. I'm just going to select it little at a time. Still not working, so I can use the lasso tool to just add a bit to my selection and then go back to the magic wand and try. I find that always works. So sometimes when your magic tool is not working properly, just use your lasso tool to help it out a bit and then go back to the magic wand. Always works. Okay, so don't worry, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to use a mask, so it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to go back to my magic wand, hold Alt and subtract all of this from my selection. Yes, good. Okay, so we have our rough selection now. What I'm going to do now is turn my selection into a mask. So you do that by, once you have a selection, just come and click your layer mask. And then as you can see, it just converted my selection into a layer mask. If you don't know how layer masks work, I think I can make a different video for that. But basically, everywhere that is white is revealed and everywhere that is black is hidden. So I have my layer mask and I'm just going to drag it onto my texture layer. So I'm going to drag it and then turn back on this layer. And then this is what I have. So as you can see, our backdrop is neatly overlaid with this texture, but it still looks terrible, and that's because we haven't changed our blending mode. And I'm going to change my blending mode from normal to overlay, and once you change it to overlay, it starts to look more realistic. Now we have it on overlay, and I'm going to just reduce the opacity a little bit. I don't want it to look too okay. So we have our opacity reduced now. So this is what it was before, this is where it was now. And then if you go to the start, this is where it was before, and this is where it is now. Okay, so this looks good. It looks good. I might just want to warm up these tones here a bit. So there are a ton of ways we can do that. I can try to create a hue saturation layer, and then holding Alt and clicking in between these two layers here would help me to clip my hue saturation to this layer. So I can then change my hue to sort of match the background a little bit. So this is before and after. Just reduce the opacity of this a little bit, and yes, we have from here to here, easy peasy. If you have any problems with the selection, you can always use your layer mask and just paint in. So I'd say you can just paint in to make sure that everywhere is well selected. but it's clean as a whistle. Alright, thank you guys for watching my very first tutorial on YouTube. Please like and subscribe and comment. I promise to bring you more of these videos. Cheers.